Hi there, my name's Joel. Just wanted to record a short testimonial video for Courtney just to say thank you so much for everything that you've helped me with. Just for some context, my name's Joel. I'm a business coach and I work specifically with marketing and digital marketing agency owners on how to grow and scale their business. I started working with Courtney almost about a year ago. It was about May last year. And the context was I'd sort of had a period of time, was at least sort of 6 months, probably a little bit longer than that, where there were some things going on with my teenage son, and which was really affecting me personally and emotionally really. And basically I was sort of estranged from him, and I was really struggling with that situation. And it was manifesting through coming out through my work. I was really in a bit of a funk and stuck, and things that I'd been doing previously as far as growing my business, things that had worked previously were no longer working, like nothing had changed. And I realized that actually something was off energetically, and that I was in this sort of, things just weren't right. And so I was actively looking for somebody. I was actually looking at the time, looking for an NLP coach or somebody to help me reframe and do some hypnosis. And as some backstory as well, like I'd been on a bit of a big personal development journey really for the 7 years previously. And so I'd done a lot of different coaching programs. I'd done meditation retreats. I had tried lots of things. I'd done stuff around subconscious values and pieces. So working with different people in programs and different coaches. And at the time, like all of those things did help, and it's been a continual sort of evolution, and they have helped. But what I found is, as I said, like I'd tried some of that stuff, but I still felt like I was a little bit stuck, and so something needed to change. And so I'd booked a session in with Courtney, thinking really the primary thing was I had this emotional charge relating to my son, and I needed to try and release that. But it became evident pretty quickly that that was really just the symptom of something that was a lot deeper. And the reality was that I was holding on to trauma that I'd been carrying for decades. Like decades. If I told you, it'll tell you how old I am. But anyway, I've been hanging on to it for a long period of time, and going through the process with Courtney and the different steps, it really, like I'd already seen through some of the other work what some of those patterns were, and I thought I had addressed that. But going through it again with Courtney and the work, her style and her methodology really just showed a different perspective through it, and it really helped me to deal with that trauma that I'd had, really from a toddler, and then through my own teenage years, and then through into adulthood. And the way, looking at those, there was just so many patterns of self-sabotage that had happened over decades in my relationships, both in terms of romantic relationships with my ex-wives and partners, relationships with my kids, relationships with friends, also then how it played out through my career and business and money and finances. Like it was just so obvious looking back now, but it all came back from this stuff that I'd been hanging on to, this trauma that I'd been hanging on to, and therefore then the stories and beliefs that I held around that. So Courtney's process that we went through helped me to really release those things, and like it's just honestly at night and day compared to what it was before and what it is now. And I'm so grateful for Courtney and the work that she does in helping me achieve that. And I can see it's been interesting. It's I don't know, it's about 6 months, maybe a little bit longer since I did the first phase of work with Courtney around that. And there's been times over that period, whether there's things with my wife, whether that's things with my kids or my mother or my work, with things that have come up that previously would have been a trigger for me. It's been really interesting to see, I didn't react the way that I did previously. And it's just continually get these proof points every couple of weeks where something happens, where I'm doing things differently. I'm making better decisions. I'm being able to look at things much more objectively as an observer around those things, and being able to say, okay, previously I would have done this, and this time I've done this. And so it's just been amazing. It's just that itself just gives me a lot more confidence in what I'm doing in the world and what I'm looking to create and what I want to do. So I've always been quite ambitious and very optimistic, and that really sort of masked the problems that I had been holding on to. And as I said, these patterns of self-sabotage, that as soon as I had any form of success in different areas, whether that was financial success, career success, relationship success, as soon as I felt like I was getting ahead, I would self-sabotage in some way to bring me back down, because I didn't feel worthy. And so I'm so grateful, Courtney, for your help. Thank you. tears of joy. I'm so grateful for your work and everything you've done to help me to get through this. And I'm so excited about the future and just so grateful. So if you're thinking about working with Courtney and you're not sure, just meet with her, have a chat with her. But I would strongly recommend that you do it. Like, it's just ultimately, whilst the work I'd done previously was helpful, this was just another level, and it would just help me to release things that I'd been hanging on to. Because you've probably heard stories like, or things like, it's not the situation, it's how we react to a situation that counts. But when you're holding on to things subconsciously, sometimes we just can't help react the way we are, and that's what happens. So releasing those things, as I said, just making better decisions, clearer around what I need to do. So yeah, very grateful, and would anyone who's thinking about or considering working with Courtney, couldn't recommend it highly enough. So thanks, Courtney. I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.